Okay, whenever you're set, Gwen.
Raise your hand if you like jokes. Just any sort of jokes in general. Alright, and keep your hand raised if you often share jokes. When you find one funny, you share it with your friends. Okay, yeah, that's just a normal part of our culture. We see something funny, we like sharing with other people, they share with more people, that's how things spread. Congratulations to all of you who raised your hand, and all of you who also didn't, because you are helping the spread of memes. Now, let me explain. Because memes defined by Webster is an element of culture or system of behavior that may be considered to be passed from one individual to another through non-genetic memes, especially through imitation. So today I want to inform all of you guys on the history of memes, how internet memes became a thing, and what makes memes so enjoyable. So as you probably heard from the definition, it didn't really mention like the common things that we think about memes, like images, jokes, pictures online. Because memes originally started from the Greek word meme, which means to imitate. And an English anthologist and evolutionary biologist, Richard Dawkins, he came up with the idea, and he said that originally the study of memes was to represent the evolutions of culture, design, and traits mirroring genetic evolution. Which sounds complicated, but it's just him saying that ideas tend to transfer in our society the same way that genes does. As in how they get into our society, how they multiply within us, and then how they change and adapt to the society that we are in. So later on, a French biologist, Jacques Marand, he's a Nobel Prize winner. He's awesome. You should look him up. You'd actually enjoy him. He noted that memes, as in general cultural elements, tend to be, there's some that are more contagious than others, and they often work with each other in order to create memes that last longer or that are stronger. And another important element of memes in just culture in general is that they don't really have definite beginnings or endings, but they do have very monumental points. Like in music, a good example is I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles. It's obviously not the first love song, but it's a monumental one that we all remember pretty vividly. For hairstyles, the mullet, it wasn't a good hairstyle, but something that we all remember because it did make its mark and did change how hair was done in the future. And then for clothing, a suit and tie. Suit and tie has been around for centuries, but is still used as the most professional way to dress today because it made such an impact on the clothing industry. So I want to go back now and reference my intro. There's another definition that Webster and Edico, a journalist for Times Magazine, has for what memes can also be defined as. And they define it as a humorous image, video, or piece of text that is often copied with slight variations and spread rapidly by internet users. So memes today in culture are like genes, as we established. But how are internet memes like genes? They actually share a lot of similar traits. The first is that they reflect our culture. Since memes want to be funny, they often talk about what we are seeing right now. And since in this modern world of technology, our ideas can change quite rapidly, memes also change rapidly to keep up with what we currently think is humorous or exciting. They disperse through our culture rather easily quite as well. Often the original content is created, it will go through different apps like 4chan and Reddit that will finalize it and make it more of a shareable format. They'll go to mainstream media sites such as Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, where the general population that isn't super into memes starts seeing them and interacting with them. And obviously, like I mentioned before, how Jacques Marand, he said that some memes are more contagious than others. That is true for internet memes as well. The more contagious ones are the ones that are more adaptable, because since memes need to be funny, they need to adapt to fit whatever style of humor a particular person wants or is interested in. So that would explain why a meme such as this, baby fist, is more recognizable to a lot of you than a meme more like this. That's because the baby meme is more adaptable and more can fit to multiple situations versus that which is a very specific meme that you have to know a very specific thing to understand and get. And so to survive, memes need to adapt and change. And in that regard, they act an awful lot like humans do in two different ways. Either by combining memes together, which is the equivalent of preferred genes being passed down from generation to generation to create better memes. And a good example of that is this picture. This picture incorporates several memes. Obviously, the song Dynamite. It has Minecraft parodies being better, YouTube views, and this iconic moment from YouTube Rewind. You aren't supposed to understand it all. You're just supposed to understand that this is several memes come together to create a rather humorous meme, better than any of those memes by themselves. And another way that memes can work together to create better memes is by closely working with each other. This is the equivalent of like people working in groups. A good example of this would be like a superhero group. There's strong people, smart people, agile people, and they're all working together at the same time to create a better team. A good representation of that is the sweatshirt. On this front alone, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different memes all working together, which are all good by themselves, but put it all together and make a pretty funny meme, again, if you understand it. And another thing with that, just like memes in culture, memes on the internet really don't have a good start or end point. There's just really funny ones that you'll remember and that you'll share, but the memes often come and go without being noted much of. And that brings us to why are memes so popular? They're popular because, as Owens, a journal for US News Digital Weekly, said, memes are prone to abundant social sharing because they play into shared emotions and experiences. Since there are thousands of different meme templates and different formats, they can capture any emotion. Some examples are anime memes, Despacito memes, Shrek memes, B-movie memes, Scooby-Doo memes, SpongeBob memes, r/Whoosh memes, Mad Lad memes, PewDiePie memes, Thanos memes, Minecraft memes, Kermit memes, Fortnite memes, 14-year-old girl memes, slap card memes, and Avengers memes, which are just like a few dozen of the literally thousands that you could find just by searching the internet for about an hour. And another reason is because memes are malleable. They survive because they can adapt with our culture, which is why older generations might not get them as well, because it's our generation that's creating them, so they're made to be humorous to us. And memes are a secret code. Just, if you don't understand this, that's kind of exciting to me, because that's something that I easily understand and that I easily get. And so when I see other people that don't get it, it makes me think, oh, that's something special that I know that you don't. So in conclusion, memes are any element of culture that can be spread from one person to another, and they operate a lot like genes. Some examples of memes that aren't internet would just be styles or recipes or even values and beliefs. Those are all memes, all elements of culture that pass from one person to another. And internet memes copy this idea perfectly. So the next time you tell a joke, just remember, you're helping create a better future by spreading memes. Thank you.